Hello everyone, my name's Construct and we play Goat format Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome back to Fun Deck Frequence. Let's roll the spice dice, brew something crazy, and take it to the Dueling Book Ladder. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to cook. So nothing more to add, let's get to the deck. Welcome back in the kitchen everyone, good to be back. As you saw in the thumbnail, today is everything about the Dark Paladin. I wanted to do this deck for a while now, it was recommended a few times by you guys, and today we are finally here. So kind of all priorities are on summoning this guy. If you don't know what it does, it's a quick effect. If you don't know what it does, if your opponent is activating a spell card, you can discard one card to negate it. Pretty simple, pretty good, and like it gains 500 attack of each dragon monster on the field and in the graveyards. Of course, if you play against like Kaiba, pretty good, but usually you don't see so many dragons. So we want to get this guy out in best case turn 1 to negate all the good spells, maybe have some cards left in hand, and then roll. So let's go through the deck itself. To summon it, we need the Dark Magician and the Buster Blader. So the deck is designed to get those two guys to hand and summon them with Fusion Gate or Polymerization. But let me get to the details when we go through the deck. We start the main deck with our guy, the Dark Magician, the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. We play 2, so we can play both artworks in the main deck. And of course we play 1 Buster Blader. You could play more, but since we have the spell card Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, we can search it out, and I think these 2 are fine. We also play 3 Thunder Dragons because we play Fusion Gate, and if you have the Thunder Dragon, you have instantly 1 twin-headed Thunder Dragon. Banish these, and to get this one on field, the banishing is very important later. So we play 3 Thunder Dragons and 2 skilled Dark Magicians, because sometimes you don't have the Dark Magician and you want to get it out from deck. That's why we play 2 of those. If 3 spell cards have been activated, this guy has 3 counters, and then you can tribute it and summon the Dark Magician from deck and or graveyard even. In this deck we don't play Last Will like in the Dark Magician Knight video, but we don't really need it here, so only 2 of those. To support the fusion stuff, we have 1 Dark Hex Sealed Fusion. Like the next few cards can be treated as like the fusion material, but the other one has to be the right one. So for example, 1 Dark Magician, 1 Hex Sealed Fusion to get the Dark Paladin out. The good thing about this card is if you have it on field and the other material too, you don't even need polymerization. So happens sometimes when you stall or something and can get a fusion with this, so pretty good. We also have the Goddess with the third eye. It's a light, it has the same effect like with the material treated fusion stuff. So 1 of this and 3 King of the Swamp. This is the card you want to have if it comes to fusions. You can discard this to search out 1 polymerization. We just play 1 because we mostly want Fusion Gate, but if we need like just 1 polymerization, we have 1 of those in hand, we can discard it and then make a fusion summon by the polymerization card and not by the Fusion Gate. Happens sometimes, so can be very good. We play 1 Cyberjar, of course, because this gives us materials for the combos. Very good, especially if you wanna do something turn 1. I had OTKs with this deck, so be prepared for everything. Because we have like enough lights and darks, we play 1 BLS. And 1 little thing I saw in the Cup Games Fusion Gate video, pretty old one, he played Blowback Dragon, and I think this is a pretty cool idea because like with those King of the Swamps and Goddess with the third eye cards, you can randomly get a Gatling Dragon, so pretty cool. It's a good card in general, but very good with this Fusion Gate theory. Speaking of Fusion Gate, we played 2 Fusion Gates and 1 Terraforming. I know you can play more of all of them. I again forgot to get to Goat format, so of course you could play like 3 Terraformings, 3 Fusion Gates because you want to see this card, but in my opinion that's too much. I think this ratio is absolutely fine, and I decided to have some cards to maybe stall a little bit till we have the combo. So this is our fusion package, which comes along with Dimension Fusion. This card is so cool here because with Fusion Gate you banish the monsters, so sometimes I had duels where I had like 3 twin-headed Thunder Dragons because I had Thunder Dragons, I had Dimension Fusions, and I had stuff like King of the Swamp, so you just can swarm the field with big beaters, get them back, and OTK your opponent. Super cool. You can even do this more than once per turn, so very, very good. 2-dimension fusions are absolutely fine. 3 would be overkill in my opinion. And like I said, we play also the Emblem of Dragon Destroyer to search out the Buster Blader and have one more spell to maybe trigger the skilled Dark Magician. We have Pot and Grace. Duo is not really needed here because we need the space for all the other combo cards, and we don't really care about the opponent's hand since we can, in best case scenario, negate the spells. We have the Snatch, Storm, MST, Prima. We have a card destruction, very good with Thunder Dragon, or sometimes you don't need those and you want to get them to grave and draw more important cards. To stall a little bit, I decided to add Swords of Revealing Light. Can be very good, buys you some time, and is just a good card. I added also a Metamorphosis into Scapegoats, on the one hand to stall also with the Scapegoats, and the Metamorphosis can be very good here. If you get out like a twin-headed Thunder Dragon, you can go into King Dragoon, into Last Warrior, you name it. Like, we mostly have level 7s, we have one level 8 with the BLS, and even one level 6 with the Blowback Dragon, so I think Metamorphosis is pretty cool here. Maybe we could even play 2, but with the space in deck, 1 is absolutely fine. We also have 2 Upstart Goblins since we want to have more spells for the skill Dark and more tempo to get through the deck. We don't have many traps, we just have Ring and Call, and what else can we have here? 2 Royal Decrees, synergizes very good with the deck. We almost have only spells and monsters, so we want to shut down all the other traps to protect our Dark Paladin and have the most potential with the deck. So that's the main deck. For the side we have some cool tech choices. We have 2 Zombira the Darks. On the one hand it's very good against warriors, and on the other hand you can go into Last Warrior from Another Planet by Zombira the Dark and any of these fusion cards. Very good against Reasoning Gate, or sometimes you have the situation where a Last Warrior is very cool, so 2 Zombira the Darks. We have 1 Lightning Vortex since we play Thunder Dragons. We have Torrential and Mirror Force in the side against aggro decks. Sometimes I would even leave these and these in, but this is still something I have to decide for myself. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you can help me with this decision if we play these and these in the same deck. We have a Tribe, nothing more to add here. We have 2 Koribos against the OTK decks, pretty cool, and can be cool with the Metamorphosis sometimes, so like it here. 2 Darks, very good. We have against Turbo, we have a Mind Control and 2 Nox in the side, since we need the space and I don't want them to be dead against aggro decks, so these are in the side. Against Burn, we have a Mystic Walk and the 3rd Royal Decree, and I decided to add 2 Book of Moons since we have so many decrees, and more spells for skilled Dark, and just versatile card, very good against control, so I think these are fine here. Guys, this is the deck, let's cook something up. As always, I've got some replays for you, and then we have some real matches. Welcome to the first replay of the day. First I want to mention I made some new layouts for the dueling screen and the in-game layout. For today's video I wanted to start with a control layout I made. I know we don't play control, but I think we have some metamorphosis and some fusion stuff, and I really wanted to show off the new layouts. I really like them. And so we here have our Magician of Faith, Metamorphosis in the corner, and some Scapegoats, and the Magical Merchant on the top. Let me know in the comments what you think. I really, really like them. For the first replay, I just want to show off game 1, since we had a crazy hand and had some really crazy combos. You already see we have the Thunder Dragon, Dimension Fusion, Fusion Gate, and the Dark Hex Seals Fusion, so there is potential for some stuff. We discard Thunder Dragon, and then I was like, we have 7 cards, we just need a dark, so let's do nothing and just discard the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion in end phase. So we have BLS life and maybe have a very, very big push next turn. Really like that play. Opponent is just discarding Thunder Dragon, and I think he just was setting 1 monster. So 1 set monster from the opponent and our turn. So we draw into Metamorphosis, and you already see we have some combos to do. So I don't think we can OTK here, but we have a very big push. So we decided to summon BLS by banishing the 2 monsters. Banish the monster of the opponent. It is a Night Assailant, and now like the combo stuff is starting. We used the Fusion Gate to banish 2 Thunder Dragons to get a twin-headed Thunder Dragon out. Use the first dimension fusion to get back 2 Thunder Dragons. Activate Fusion Gate again. Unfortunately, of course, they get an Night Assailant back. I remember right now I did some mistake in the duel because we should have summoned BLS after all these Dimension Fusion combos, because they wouldn't have gotten the Night Assailant back with the Dimension Fusions. We could have summoned into like Gatling Dragon and half game. I remember I really regret this and didn't think about that, but learned something again. Didn't think about the fact that they can get back also a monster with the Dimension Fusion. But you can't have it all. But look at the combo. Another Dimension Fusion, get back a Thunder Dragon, get another twin-headed Thunder Dragon, and have a crazy field. We should use Metamorphosis on the BLS then, but I think because I kind of screwed it up, I decided we just go in, don't use the Metamorphosis. But if we would have done it in the right order, we could have game here, because we would have had 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we would have game definitely. But we had game anyways, so I just wanted to show you this game 1 because the rest of the duel was not the best and not the most interesting. I know it's not a full match, but I needed to show you this game 1. So this is just a short one. We just have one more replay and then have some real matches. Second replay of the day against the Tribe Inflating Virus. Welcome to the video. So we start. Pretty good hand. We have the Thunder Dragon. We have the Terraforming for Fusion Gate. Discard Thunder Dragon. I have an Upstart Goblin, so we could have a pretty big turn 1. But I'm not the biggest fan of like summoning Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon turn 1. So Scapegoat is the perfect possibility to stall a little bit, have a defense. Of course, if you draw into like Dark Magician, this would be crazy, but now we have 2 Fusion Gates. I don't complain. We just set the Scapegoat and see what the opponent does. So they know we are on some spice maybe. 2 set back rows and a Rhoda. So it seems like a warrior build. Dawn's Luke. Good to have those little scape fellers. Alrighty. So now we can decide if we want to get aggressive or just chill a little bit. We got a Snatch, they got an MST, so I think now we can go into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. Because with a deck like this, you wanna be aggressive. So there goes the Dawn. Forbidden Memories incoming. We set the card destruction to maybe bait out something, because we Of course, we could have a use of it, because we don't need 2 fusion gates, but opponent has tribe here. That blows up everything of ours. Very unfortunate, but we still have a chance. Maybe we draw into something like Dark Magician or Blowback Dragon. So we can go into Gatling Dragon, but that would be pretty risky, but we have to do it. We have to bring it out. Okay. I'd rather didn't see the fusion combo. Ah, okay. Why did I summon it before? Well, I don't know. We go into Gatling Dragon. Of course, we don't use the effect. Dimension Fusion, very good. I decided not to go all in because that wouldn't really make sense. We try to attack, they have a ring with the wrong artwork. And now we decided, let's activate Dimension Fusion. So opponent scooped pretty soon. I don't know if that was necessary, but I don't know the back row. I just realized this also is a unrated match, but it's a match. Who cares? With fun decks, it's fine like that. So opponent starts. We got the man, Dark Magician. So we have Dark Paladin already in hand. So we have the Storm. Of course they should have a Solemn, but we will try it anyways, I think. We discard Thunder Dragon first. And I think we definitely activate Storm. And here it's hard to decide because I don't want to get into Dark Paladin to let it run into like Mirror Force or Sakus or anything. But we get out a Solemn and I think we even hard summon Scapegoat. Yeah. Because I want to play around a end phase MST, Dust Tornado or anything like that. They play Upstart, which is pretty unusual if you ask me. I would always prefer a Jar. But who am I to judge? They have a Breaker. We draw into Upstart Goblin, which we should activate, definitely. Graceful. Very, very cool. So, slamming the Grace into Royal Decree. This is pretty huge. So, we also have a Zambira, which is pretty cool. We can get rid of 1 Fusion Gate, and I think 1 Thunder Dragon, definitely. We don't really need the twin-headed Thunder Dragon here, so I think Thunder Dragon is the right choice. I would summon Zambira, try to get over the Breaker. If they have a Torrential or anything, we don't really care. In best case, we get over the Breaker, set the Decree, and shut down all the traps. Let's see. Summon is okay. Saku, alright. Glad we didn't summon the Dark Paladin. Why didn't we set the... Oh, they have Breaker. I was brain farting right now. So, yeah, that's tough. They have a tribe again. Sometimes it is like that. But now we really have to risk something. We could even... Okay, we can get out a twin-headed Thunder Dragon first. To see what the opponent has. If they have, I don't know, Torrential or anything. Or a Mirror Force. So we try to get over the tribe. They have a Mirror Force. And now we are in a weird spot because we have to do something. And if they have another monster, maybe this is it. Mobius, yeah, that's game. Definitely. Because if you would have summoned the Dark Paladin, they would just use Tribe Effect and kill it. This is game. GG. Off to game 3. We start. Royal Decree turn 1, love to see it. And Scapegoats again. The call is pretty useless. The whole hand is kind of useless. We could think about to set Decree and Scapegoat and then card destruction because it's very early for the Dimension Fusion. Call is dead, but that's good too. We can just set the Scapegoat and chill. Of course, Royal Decree would be better if we shut down the traps before they can't even chain. But we are lucky they used MST on our Scapegoats and we can chain it. They have a DD Warrior Lady, attack into 1 Scapegoats, and set 1 card. We draw into Thunder Dragon, which is pretty good here. Would make the card destruction even better. We really want to get rid of the DD Warrior Lady. We decided to set Call and Decree, then use Thunder Dragon, and I think we even use card destruction. I'm not sure. Okay, we decided to do nothing. Okay, there goes the Warrior Lady. We can... Yeah, unfortunately we can't really do something. The Mobius is... Ah, yeah, of course. We can chain Royal Decree, chain Call. So Call will be negated from Royal Decree after the summon of Thunder Dragon, so Thunder Dragon stays. After this play I was like, well, that was pretty dumb because I will get some damage in. And I wouldn't have get the damage without it. But we can save 1 more Scapegoat, so it's fine. We got a Storm. Storm is pretty huge here. So we Storm. Get rid of a Mirror Force. Use Fusion Gate. Banish the Thunder Dragons. Get out the Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. We could think about using Dimension Fusion here, but I think it's fine to just attack. Unfortunately, this is still a Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon deck, no Dark Paladin. For now. Yeah, I was like, please, no tribe, 1 time. So I'd have a Rhoda into Exiled Force against our Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. It's not the biggest problem since we can get another one with the Dimension Fusion. We have an Emblem of Dragon Destroyer to search out a Buster Blader. Maybe to have a Solemn. I think we could chill here and wait for some more combo pieces. No way. But if you name yourself the Tribe Inflating Virus, you should get 3 tribes in a row. So they're blasting up our field again. But we draw into pot, so there is some karma. We got a Snatch and a Metamorphosis. So now I think we should get back the Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon and use Metamorphosis, because then we can get King Dragoon and it is like kind of an auto win, especially since Mirror Force is gone. So I think we should activate Dimension Fusion, get back the guys, use Fusion Gate. So fun. Such a cool deck. You cannot solemn this. Yeah, I understand what the opponent means, but I saw it in the same situation was in the Cup Games video, and there he checked, and that's why I know 100% this cannot be negated by Solemn. So now we knew about the Solemn, that's why we don't use the Metamorphosis. Lucky us. Another set. Some Byra. We used card destruction, that's nice. Get into some better cards in this situation maybe. we do nothing more than attack with the twin-headed Thunder Dragon and set the King of the Swamp. We don't really use Cyberjar here. They have a mind control, which is crazy, but bait taken. Pretty cool with the Torrential. So they would even have an answer against the King Dragoon. I think we just summon Goddess with the Third Eye and get in. Kind of weird. Goddess with the Third Eye beat down. They have a jar. Upstart. Into Blade Knight. Well, we have the Snatch, which is pretty good here. So Torrential and Mirror Force is gone, but I think we just snatch the Blade Knight and attack. We could think about summon Cyberjar, get in. They have a Solemn. So, there is some Cyberjar. Didn't think we will get this off, but this one is huge now. This was pretty risky because there was nothing else we could do than set the Cyberjar. It would be negated with the Blade Knight, but now since they had a second card on field, like a second monster, this will go off. They got like Graceful, Snatch, Magic Cylinder, Jar, and Storm. We have King of the Swamp, Skilled Dark, Decree, Prima, and BLS. Let's see. We got the guys. Love myself some Cyberjar. I wonder why they didn't activate Graceful. Oh yeah. Damn, I think we even finished the match. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like in this situation like now, like, why would you like give up with the Graceful? Yeah, it would really be a pity if it ends like this. So, they activate Graceful, of course. Draw some cards. Get rid of Jar. And call. Heavy Storm. There goes the meta. And the ring. Which was useless because they're too low. Blade Knight. Snatch. And no attack. Oh, it was main 2. It was main 2. Alright, perfect. So we draw into Fusion Gate. We know one of the cards is Magic Cylinder. We have a Prima. Well, we can do some stuff. BLS is live. We have the Decree. So we summon BLS. Banish the Blade Knight. Set Prima, set Decree. Pass the turn. They can't really do anything. Except maybe attack into the set monster. Well, they've got a BLS by their own. What a match. What a match. So, they've got BLS, attack into the King of the Swamp. We have the Decree. Get some life back. And now with the Prima, we can get Buster Blader back. Have some Fusion Gate action. And I think it's not enough to win, but we can get rid of the BLS. And I think we leave Scapegoat in hand for the discard effect. So this should be game. I don't know what they can draw. Oh yeah, they thought they gain attack for dragons, but they thought about Thunder Dragon, and this is Thunder, unfortunately. They have a Prima. We of course negate the Prima, and that is game. Yeah, we negated. They didn't really realize it in the situation. We draw into MST, get rid of the skilled Dark, and attack with Dark Paladin to win this awesome match. GG's to Tribe Inflating Virus. Very, very cool. This is it for the first replay, guys. Really liked it. I hope you liked it too. Now we have some real matches, so see you next duel. Alrighty, match number 1. I totally forgot to mention that we have relinquished as the profile picture instead of like a tear, because I just like the artwork more. I know tear is like control and relinquished is not, but I just wanted to have the picture with the monster with the better artwork in my opinion, so please forgive me for that. We draw a Graceful Charity. We already have the Dark Paladin combo. We will definitely grace here. We even got the Dark Magician and the stuff for Gatling Dragon. Not bad. I think, well, we just have one polymerization, so I think we can discard one King of the Swamp. Yeah, let's do this. Use polymerization. This word is so hard, part-wise. Let's get rid of the OGs. Summoning the Dark Paladin himself. Let's keep the scapegoats in hand to have discard fodder for the effect. Well, like last time, one exiled force and it's gone. I don't know if that was in some replays or okay. Do we wanna negate the chain energy? Yeah. Let's negate it. Because, oh, that is a draw. That is a draw. We don't really need the scapegoats here. I think they're pretty bad against Panda. And I don't want to attack. Let's set Royal Decree. And set King of the Swamp. Has the turn. Ojama Trio is kind of fine. Because we can go into Blowback Dragon and blow them away. And we already have the Paladin on field with the Decree. Should be fine. If this is a Cyberjar, we are blasted away. So they chain Secret Barrel. No way. Lava Golem. Alright. Well. It is a beater. Morphing Jar. Alright. What a match already. More, okay, Storm. I don't know if Heavy Storm is so good here. You get 1000 damage. We can bring back the Dark Paladin actually. And the Buster Blader from Grave. If we want to. But we don't have any way to fusion. We could also bring back the Blowback Dragon. I don't know what's better. Let's get back Blowback Dragon. Because we can get back Buster Blader to hand and have a tribute monster in case we need to get rid of the Lava Golem. Alright. Curse of Darkness. Okay, okay. Spicy one. Good for us, they don't have a Floodgate. Even with the Lava Golem, we have a 3000 beater, so this really should be fine. We don't need to activate Emblem of Destroyer, so I think we just pass the turn. The decree is put in some work. Love myself some Dark Paladin turn 1. So we really try to destroy the set monster, of course. We get 1000 damage. We have the fusion gate. We could go into Gatling Dragon, which is better here. But first activate the effect of Blowback. Luck seems to be on our side today. Yup. That's game. That is game. Alright. Decree. Walk. Knock. Mindcon could be a possibility. Tribe is very good here. Maybe Book of Moon. I don't know about Dimension Fusion. Maybe let's trim 1. We don't need the scapegoats. I think we don't need the snatch. Don't really need the swords. Mind control. Well, if they play like Koala and such, this could be something, but I don't wanna trim anything else, I think. I think that's fine. We don't need the book. Oh, Cyberjar was dumb. Well, I should have cited that out for sure. Didn't see it. But very, very cool. Game 1. I bet that Decree put in some work, so off to game number 2. Start hand Tribe can be huge. If they have Lego Drama Trio. Okay. Alrighty. Dimension Fusion. Curse of Darkness. Bad for us is we play a lot of spells. Let's see. Do we want to play anything of these? Can't attack. I think we don't do nothing. No. I don't want to play into a Drama Trio lock. I don't want to play into Just Desserts. That's maybe a jar. Okay, it's a Stealth Bird. So we have to do something about it. Let's see. This is a Winged Beast. Okay, they forgot to put it back to set defense. So we can get rid of it by tribe. Let's summon tribe. Call priority. And I think nothing more. Yeah, they shouldn't have forget to put it back to set defense position. Maybe it was on purpose, but I don't think so. Well, this tribe is stalling out the Sangan. Their field is locked. Okay, they have a ring. That should be over. Would love myself some heavy storm. Okay. Well, King of the Swamp definitely has a big enough butt for like against the Sangan. I think we have to do it, or we could go into Dragon is the Wicked Knight to attack over the Sangan. I think that's better. That's 1000 damage. No. Let's set this. Pass the turn. I don't think we can win, but yeah. All right. No chance here. I don't think we need Dimension Fusion at all, to be honest. We want something like Mind Control. I think we even want Torrential here. There would be... I don't think it's Panda, to be honest. I think we can get in the Scapegoats, but no, let's not side in Torrential with the with all the traps. With the decree. Let's side out one Upstart. And I think that's it. Yeah, it seems like it's a more defensive version of Burn, like with Stealth Bird and everything. We have the Thunder Dragon, very nice, and a Pot of Greed. Thank you, Dueling Book. We will definitely activate it. Decree, very, very good. This is so important here. We can go... No, we can't go into Dark Paladin, unfortunately, but I think we set... I think we set the Dark Hexseal Fusion. Call. I think we set Call, Decree, and Scapegoats. Let's set Call and Decree. And that's it. We could go with the Call, we could go grab the Thunder Dragon back, then we could do a fusion next turn. Well, this can attack under the Messenger of Peace for sure. I would say let's activate Decree and chain the Call. At least get back the Thunder Dragon, have a use of it. Oh, what is this? Unfortunately, no fusion would attack, could attack here. But at least we can get in some attacks with the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion. And I think, should we go? No, we shouldn't go into Dark Paladin. Yeah, I think that's it. So glad to have the decree already. And with the Messenger of Peace, they stay like under the 1,000. Like they get 1,000 from the Hex Sealed Fusion, and we get 1,000 like kind of from the Wave Motion Cannon. Glad we drew Goddess with the Third Eye, since it can also attack under the Messenger of Peace. So, let's get in the beats. And pass the turn. So, I think we just continue doing what we are doing. I would say let's set the ring just in case they get rid of the Royal Decree and we have to, I don't know, chain something to get a draw or anything like that. Okay. This could be a Cyber Jar, this could be... Well, Stealth Bird would, like, block our attacks. I think we have to wait. If that is like a big butt monster, we kind of have to wait for like Blowback Dragon or anything like that. So let's try to attack. Okay. That is a chunky koala. We cannot get rid of it, unfortunately. 600. Oh yeah. No, I took the 600, right? No, okay. Forgot from the attack. Let's discard a Thunder Dragon in the end phase. Well, looking bad with the Wave Motion Cannon now. This knock, unfortunately, doesn't do something here. Can we get rid of the ring of the Royal Decree anyhow? I do not think so. No. Well, unfortunately, Wave Motion Cannon did its job. This would have... Well, it all was pretty unfortunate, because we drew the knock after we attacked into this. We drew this one, which would have gone... Ah, no. We couldn't attack with the Messenger of Peace. Okay. Okay. Another knock, another decree. Well, this was not even close at all, so everything's fine. Good job, opponent. Pretty cool deck. That was pretty fun. Although it was burn, it was cool. We had Dark Paladin game 1, turn 1. I think we can get another one, so see you next duel. Match 2, Paper Gang. Very good. Against Teddy. Don't know what that means. Have fun for sure. We got the Thunder Dragon. We could go into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, but I don't really like that turn 1. I think we just set the ring and chill. We could set like the Dark Hexial Fusion or anything, but don't see the need with the ring. Let's call 6. We don't want to see Jinso here. If it's D-Mark, we could get rid of it with one of the Twin-Headed Thunder Dragons. Let's see. It's D-Mark, sure. Or we get rid of it by ring. They get back the Prima. Let's think on summon. I think we ring it right away. If we ring it and they have Dimension Fusion, we would help them. But since well, they have the Prima, but don't have a monster. If they would tribute summon it, it would be banished anyways, so let's wait. I was thinking like, okay, they could get it back with Prima, but they can't. Race is fine. That Dark Paladin would have been pretty good here. Discarding 2 Sacred Cranes. Of course, they Prima it back. Well, our next turn could be huge, if we have a next turn. Let's chain ring to... They have to have Dimension Fusion. I don't want to play into it and banish the D-Mark, so I think that's better. I think I just played into another premature burial with the ring. Well, yeah, Crane would have stayed. They had another one anyway, so it's fine. Let's see what they get. Get some more information. Ceasefire main. Is that normal for a reasoning gate? Not sure. Well, it's good against flips for sure, so... But I think I would just side it in when I go... first, I think, but I'm not sure. I really dig for, like, Jinso, I think. Maybe Blowback. Okay, they have a Dimension Fusion. Ah, okay. Pretty late Magical Marionette, but... How many scapegoats are gone? 1. Yeah, so I think they have another one. So this is at 2200. Love Magical Marionettes, so cool. Had it as a kid and really liked it. And it's a cool effect. And the artwork, I think the artwork is just amazing. We have to build a deck with this. Is this game 28, 3, 5, 6, 6? Yep, that is game. GG. Love myself some reasoning cinema. So we need this, this. We don't need the crease. I think I like... It's so weird when people say thank you. I think we like the books. I don't like Storm. Definitely don't like Dimension Fusion here. I don't like card destruction against Reasoning Gate. And we definitely want the Zambiras. We can side out one skilled dark. Maybe the upstarts too. Let's side out one Hexfield Fusion. No, let's side out one King of the Swamp. I think that's fine. First time against Reasoning with this deck. I'm pretty curious with if we can summon Last Warrior. That would be cool. Alright, we have the Buster Blader already with the Emblem of Destroyer. Let's use Terror. Oh, we should have... I'm so dumb. We should have summoned the Skilled Dark first. But I think I want to set it against Reasoning Gate, to be honest. Let's set Skilled Dark. Set nothing else. I think that's fine. We have a Karibo, which is very good. So maybe they go all in. Of course they don't. Dark Magician, okay. Let's flip up the Skilled Dark. Activate Fusion Gate. Well, they don't communicate anyways, so let's banish. We would have had formalization, but I think it doesn't really matter. So now we go in. That's Mirror Force. I don't think they play it. I don't think they sided it actually. What did they see last turn? Last game? Let's see. Dark Paladin pretty good against Reasoning Gate. Of course they have a ring. Unfortunate. Well, well, well. That looks bad. Still got the Karibo. Of course it was exactly ring. Let's say 8. We would have a Snatch against the Jinzo. Crane. We should survive this turn. And could have a very big push with the Snatch next turn. Let's see. So they may have nothing more if they snatch the Skilled Dark. Or maybe they want to have it gone for like Monster Gate. Yeah. Blowback. I think Ring was like the only trap in their deck. But that's a good example. You see how like vulnerable a deck like a combo deck like this is when you get like one boss monster out and use all your materials and your cards. There's one Exiled Force, one Regeki Reg, whatever, to get rid of it. And especially against like Reasoning, it is hard to play against since we can't get the advantage of Royal Decree against it. So Ring is gone. I think we will use the Karibo here. This is 29, 3900. Or we wait. We will wait. Okay. Well, some Byra and polymerization. Let's snatch the blowback. Okay, then we will summon some Byra. Get over the crane. That's not game, unfortunately. But could be worse. Let's see. Rima. Still got the Kuribo. Okay. We don't care so much about Jinso. We do care about Demok, so we call 8 again. Yep. No light dark setup yet, but maybe they can tribute for anything, but should just be Jinso, to be honest. Since blowback is already here. Metamorphosis. Yeah, they get a light engrave. Another good example how good Metamorphosis is in some situations. Funny that they get the Carbonala Warrior instead of the Dark Fire Dragon, I think the name is. So now comes Chaos. I think they definitely go for lethal if it's a BLS. They already banished for Sorg, so this timing was too late. Well, I don't care. We don't want to shark around. Let's see. Okay, we could go into Last Warrior. We have to, I think. We have to. Oh, this gets I thought it has 2300, but the 50 make the difference. Damn. So, let's see. Snatch is gone. They can't summon. This should be over. No way. Awesome. We won even without like sharking. I think we just run it back. And we didn't use Karibo, so they don't know about it, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Of course we won't get the GG. Let's see if we can have this. The chances are so high to summon Last Warrior with the two Zombiras. Okay, this should be a scapegoat. Or maybe a ring again. We will use Graceful here. Well, they don't communicate anyways, so. Okay. We could go into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon and then Last Warrior. With the Metamorphosis, which is pretty cool. Let's discard one scapegoat. And We need the King of the Swamp to get polymerization. We don't really need the goddess with the third eye, I think. I like the Book of Moon. Yeah. So let's discard Thunder Dragon. Discard King of the Swamp. Use not Metamorphosis, Polymerization. Scapegoat Chain, alright. I would have chained it also if I were them. So if we go into Last Warrior, this should be kind of over, I think. With the Prima... Yeah, let's attack one of the goat tokens. Then use Metamorphosis to get Last Warrior. Set Book of Moon. Pass the turn. Let's see. If they have Snatch, Trunade, so they have something. Should we book the Last Warrior? I don't think so. So they have Ring. Ring wouldn't be the biggest problem since we have Book. We just attack. Yeah, we have to use Book here. It's very good that they waited till we attack. Let's set Scapegoat. Pass the turn. Okay. So now we could Prima back the Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon and then flip up the Last Warrior. That's pretty cool. Well, I don't know if they should have scooped. Maybe they would have gotten into like a Snatch. But even then, I think, well, it is hard to win against Last Warrior. Awesome. Really, really like that match. Glad we had another one. So cool. So I think this is a wrap here. I really, really like the deck. It's super fun. I didn't have to do so many test matches. Of course, sometimes you don't have to combo. Sometimes if you play against Turbo, it can be pretty hard since they have like outs against the Dark Paladin. But I really like the deck. Against Reasoning, it was pretty cool also with the Last Warrior and everything. Um, Let me know what you think, guys. I can totally recommend to play this deck. Um, but this is it for the Dark Paladin video. I had plenty of fun. I hope you had also. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Construct signing out. I wish you all a good day. See you next video.